Hey everybody, it's Chris, and I'm here tonight to show you a little bit different kind of pour than what I have tried in the past. I was looking at Facebook today and I saw something pop up on my news feed from a friend that had sent me a clip about this specialized paint, and it was called Mermaid paint. I don't know if it actually exists. I'll try to put a clip on this video so that you can see what I'm talking about. It's incredibly cool, but I don't know exactly how they would do something like that. But the colors that are in it are really beautiful. And of course, it's very sparkly because it's a mermaid. So I thought, why don't I just try to create something similar to that with the similar colors of this mermaid paint and see what happens. So I decided that I would use ultramarine blue. I thought this was not quite dark enough, so I put a touch of phthalo blue in with it as well. And then the turquoise green, I felt that one wasn't quite dark enough either. And so I added, I used the turquoise green Amsterdam, and then turquoise green from Master's Touch obviously is two totally different shades, but it's a darker turquoise green. So I added some of that to it as well, just to make it a little bit darker too. And then Prism Violet. I love Prism Violet. It's probably my favorite color right now to pour with. It's just such a vibrant, beautiful color, and I like purple anyway, so I decided I would use the Prism Violet for my purple in this pour. So what I did was I mixed all of these colors with Iridescent Medium. This is a Liquitex Basics paint that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and it, in my mind, basically turns any color that you want to add to it into an iridescent paint. So it makes it super glittery and sparkly, but I wasn't sure if that would be enough, and this is a mermaid pour, so why not go over the top? So I added some of the Rust-Oleum iridescent clear glitter paint as well, because I wanted to make sure that it had lots of sparkle. And I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell on the video or not. Honestly, before I added my pouring medium to it, it was much more vibrant and you could really see the sparkle in it. But there is tons of glitter and sparkle. I think it's going to be really beautiful when it dries. So I'm going to set this over to the side and we're going to get started. Okay, so I've taken my 8x8 canvas. This is the thicker profile canvas from Michaels, and I've put push pins on the back of it. And then I also primed, it's still a little bit wet, but just primed the sides and the very edges of the top with black paint. I thought since this was a darker pour, it would be a good idea to cover the sides so that the paint will adhere to it a little bit better. I love the Michaels canvases. I think they're really good quality, and they obviously have been pre-primed, but whenever I'm doing something darker, I'll usually paint the edges in a darker color. If not one of the colors I'm using, possibly then I'll just use black. So today I'm just using black because I didn't want to choose one of the three colors that I'm using and then have that kind of overtake. So I primed it with black so that the sides of it should cover nicely when we get ready to pour. I'm going to do a dirty cup flip pour on this, I think. So I've got a little 5-ounce cup here. I've put some WD-40 silicone spray in there just so that my paint will release. And then I think I'm just going to kind of pour my colors in. So I'm going to start with the Prism Violet. I just want to stir these because I want to make sure they're nice and stirred up and make sure that that glitter is interspersed throughout the paint. It should be, but so I'm just going to start with some of the purple. And then I think we'll go with the turquoise green next. I'm not going to be super careful on this. I think I might just kind of pour down the side. I don't want to muddy them and mix them up really too much because I kind of want them to stand on their own and mix together as the pour comes out. And then I think we'll do some blue over here on this side. And I'm not really sure what kind of a reaction we'll get with the paint. I don't know for sure if we'll get some cool cells or what exactly it's going to do. So I'm just going to try and layer this over the top of those two colors since my purple's in the bottom. And then we'll go back with the turquoise green. I probably need pretty close to probably 4 to 5 ounces for this pour just to make sure that that canvas is nicely covered. And then do a little bit more of the ultramarine blue. And I think we'll add just another little layer. In fact, I think we'll just pour down through here and see what happens with this last layer and kind of meld our colors together a bit. And then I'm just going to finish off with some of the ultramarine. All right, that should be plenty of paint. Just going to set these guys over to the side to make sure I don't mess them up. So it's not really doing much yet, so I'm hoping, and you guys can't see the side of the cup, so I'm hoping that it'll do some neat things as we pull the cup off. And hopefully it looks like the mermaid paint that Jeanette sent to me. That would be really cool if I can achieve that. That paint was really spectacular, so we'll see. Okay, so since I did use the silicone spray, you can see that my paint is releasing from the bottom of the cup. All right, so we're just gonna pull this guy off and see what we get. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so I've still got quite a bit of paint in the bottom of my cup, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pour around the pool of paint that I have here. Oh, I'm kind of digging that. That's pretty cool. I have to tell you, this is kind of looking like the paint video that she sent to me. So I'm just going to kind of let that pool out a little bit and spread out a bit. Looks like I've got some bubbles. So I'm going to grab my torch and see if we can pop those. And that also helps get a little bit of cell reaction going too. Oh, that's looking pretty nifty. All right, so I think what we'll do is just kind of start in a circular motion. I kind of like to do circles, kind of get things going a little bit. And then I think we're just gonna go off the sides. Wow, can you guys see the shimmer in that? I hope you can. If you look down on the lower part of it in that turquoise, holy cow, the light just caught that and it was like amazing. All right, I don't want to dump that off, so we're going to go back this way and see if we can get this corner off, and then we'll go back up here to this corner. Kind of want to keep some of those lines. Those are kind of neat. And then I think we'll go down to the right corner and see what we've got going there. And I'm probably going to lose my lines, but that's all right. Hopefully we'll still have some neat looking stuff in here. All right, so I'm going to go back a little bit so that I can try to save this really cool part down here on the corner. And just try to tip off this corner, and I'm going to gently let it go down and let it creep down to that corner so that I don't lose that really neat stuff that I have going on in this corner. I want it to go over the edge, but I don't really want to lose everything that I have there. All right, so that is looking pretty neat. I don't know that I love the upper right corner as much. There's not really a whole lot going on there, but so let's see if we can't get some of that off and maybe get a little bit more interest up there, because I do have a ton of paint still on this canvas. I'm hoping you guys can see all the glitter. Holy cow, is this thing sparkly. Wow. I'm hoping that you can see that in the camera. I'm going to pull it up here just a little bit closer and see if you can catch it. Hopefully the light isn't reflecting on it too badly, but there's really some neat things going on with that paint. It almost looks like scales, which is quite apropos for a mermaid, correct? All right, so I think we're going to let this set aside and we'll see if it does any more changing. I'm not sure that it'll do a lot, but it is pretty neat. I don't know if it's got a lot of spots in there, so hopefully that looks kind of more like scales and something mermaidish, hopefully. All right, guys. Well, we're going to stop right here for this one, and we'll see how it dries. It's quite interesting, though. It's very dark, but I think it'll actually dry very pretty. So I don't do a lot of dark stuff, so this one will be fun to see how it turns out. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions.